Hello everyone and welcome back to Project Fern. I'm Danny and today we've got another video on the Pink Focus RS. The car is cosmetically done now and it looks absolutely unreal. So happy with it, I just can't even describe it. On the board here, this is what's left to do. On the Pink Focus, we've got the fan belt because it's squeaking because it's old. The timing belt was done in 2019, so I don't need to bother with that. I've got a boot light to replace because it's missing. As I've showed you in previous videos, I'll show you now. Yeah, so it's got the ST170 subwoofer fitted in the boot with the correct carpet and stuff. It just needs the boot light slotting back in and reconnecting. I need to service the car, the rear view mirror. Luckily, on these, I think it's the same on the Mark 6 Fiestas and stuff, there's actually a metal clamp that sits up on the front screen. When I was polishing the screen the other week, I hit the wing mirror and caught it, cracked it. I cheaply might have glued it back together, thinking it'd be alright. It's then gone to Robbo's. Robbo must have thought he broke it when he's tried adjusting it, and then he's ended up plastic welding it for me. I can see the pins in it, but I've got a where is it? I've had to buy a brand spanking new one from Ford. There's the part number should you ever break it. You can get from breakers yards and stuff like that. £42.99 that, not cheap. You can get them from breakers yards, but around the outside of the glass and stuff, it all comes away and discolours and stuff. And with this car being so mint, it deserved a brand spanking new one. I've got a few new clips for it. That's the boot light, should you need to know the finish code for that as well. So that's that. What else is on this list? Oh, I've got to reconnect the passenger airbag. As I've said in previous videos, I'll just get keys for this car. The passenger airbag is disconnected. I'll just start it up and show you what I mean. You can hear the squeaky fan belt. Can you see the airbag light there? So it's flashing 4 times. I think it is telling me that it's the passenger airbag. And it should carry on flashing or stay on. Yeah, so it stayed on there. I'll turn it off now you've seen it. Yeah, so what Jeff's done is he's disconnected that passenger airbag because when they had the first child they used to put the baby seat on there, so he's disconnected it and taped over it so you could still see if there was any other problems, but it just disguised that the airbag light were on basically. So I do believe that taking these trims off you can absolutely cause a catastrophe and damage them really bad. So I've been having a look how you do it, and I think you drop the glove box, you then remove the 2 heater ducts, and you should see some 10mm bolts that will be able to be undone, and then I can pop it off upwards and reconnect that without actually damaging this trim piece. I'm going to, like I say, get the service bits for the car as well, and then this car's pretty much done, and then I can either think about whether I want to sell it or not, or I'm just going to put it away and cover it up and save it till summer and get it to some shows and stuff. Going to start with the easy job today. I'm not even sure if there's wiring there for one or whether there was originally one there. I just don't like there being a gap there. I'd rather pop the replacement lens in, even if there is no wiring there, just so it looks nice. So I'm going to take that surround off because it all just slots in place, and have a look and see what's going on. So I've pulled the sub surround off, and the original light is built in there behind all this subwoofer. I'm going to have a look now and see if the wires will be long enough. If not, I'm not too bothered, it's there. I'm not going to be extending the wires. If they aren't long enough, I'm just going to pop the new lens in and leave it be because I'm not too fussed about a boot light. I just didn't like there being a gap there. Yeah, the wires don't reach, so unfortunately I'm just going to have to pop that in, but it looks far better than a gap, and at least we know the one behind it works if people want to pop it out, extend the wires. It just makes it look a little bit crisper in the boot there. So that's another little job done today. Next one is going to be the rear view mirror. We're starting with the easy ones, and we'll move on to the harder ones as we progress through the video. That's the lovely new rear view mirror fitted. I'll have to clean my fingerprints off around it, but lesson learned, in future if you clean it windscreen they do just clip off. It takes 2 seconds and it saves you having to pay $42.99 if you end up smashing it off. Next job's getting this airbag cover off. So I'm going to disconnect the battery, let it drain for 10 minutes, check with interior light, make sure all the surplus charge or whatever you want to call it is drained from the battery, and then we can move the seat back and start working on getting this cover off and get this airbag light turned off. I've took the vent off, I've got the glove box dropped, and I don't know if you can going to be able to see, there's one there and then there's one tucked up behind this pipe, 2 10mm bolts. I'm going to be able to get a spanner on that one, and then I'll be able to get a ratchet on the other one hopefully. I can't see it though, I can only feel it with my hand, so I'm going to undo them now and hopefully get this popped off. By unscrewing them 2 bolts, it's allowed me to push on these 2 brackets at the back here and push the airbag cover off. Looking at all these clips and stuff and seeing a few people on YouTube prize this cover off, it just damages it, misshapes it. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty fiddly trying to get these bolts out, but I'm glad I spent the time doing it, because now I've managed to take this airbag cover off without damaging it, without damaging the dash either. Inside now I've just got the 4 10mm bolts to take the airbag out. I found the multi-plug hanging down, so I don't know whether Jeff as a quick fix has just got a screwdriver up and knocked the multi-plug off, but I'll have to see what's happened. It looks like it's snapped off, so I might have to get a new airbag. Not too fussed about it, like I say, I just want this car right, so I'm going to pull this airbag out now and see what's going on with it. I don't know why I feel so scared with that open. It's only a cover that goes on it, I suppose, but that airbag's all connected back up. The clip is damaged, but it's all gone back in and seems to be pretty sturdy. I put a little bit of tape on it just to make sure it doesn't actually work its way out, but as you can see, the airbag light's not on now. If I get time, I'll whip the dials out and remove the bit of tape that's in between the clusters, and yeah, at least that way then the full airbag's showing and not just that little teardrop. I understand why he's done it, but like I say, I'd just rather have the passenger airbag working. So I'm going to turn the car off now, let the battery deplete again, and then just start building this back up. Them 2 bolts underneath there are going to be an absolute nightmare. I'm not looking forward to them. It took me ages to get them out as well, but I just didn't want to damage that cover, and I'm glad I've done it. All built back up on this side, ventilation pipe back in. I had broke a clip which I'm going to order and put in just to hold the pipe that runs from the heater box over to this vent here. It's not a problem, it's just one of them things. Even with the trim tool it still broke, but the airbag light's off, all tested and stuff, so I'm buzzing with that. I'm going to move on to the fan belt now. I've got the bottom cover off, that covers the fan belt. I've just double checked the part number and it's correct, which is 98BB6C301CA. I'm just going to do a quick doodle of where all the pulleys and stuff are and the way the fan belt runs, just in case. I'm going to get it whipped off, get the new one on and get rid of that squeak. That's the fan belt done. I'm not going to lie, it's an absolute pain doing it on the floor, but I'm going to start it up now and fingers crossed the squeaking's gone. Last job on the list is an oil and filter change. I've also got the replacement clip for the vent clip that I broke, $2.99 off Ford, absolute jokers. I got some Castrol Edge 5W40s, and I've also got a genuine Ford oil filter. So I'm going to pull the car out now, get it jacked up, get the oil and filter dropped, and that's the last job I think on the list. Certainly is, and then I can get this car washed off and get the pictures taken and get it up for sale. I've greased the new seal up on the oil filter. That's ready to go on. I'm going to pull the bucket out and just double check the seals come off with the old oil filter and it's not still attached to the car. Get this one put back in, get the car lowered back down and get the oil put in. I think it's 4.25 litres of oil in these Focus RS Mark 1s. I'll put 4 litres in and just go from there. I've put just over or just about 4 litres of oil in the car. I put the cap back on. I'm going to run it up now, give it a dip and see how much I need to top it up. The oil that come out of the car is pretty clean if I'm being honest. Obviously dirty, but it's cleaner than most you'd see. I don't know when the last time was Jeff serviced it, but it hasn't been run much. So I'm just happy to change the oil on it now. It's easy enough to do, everything's done underneath. Filter's been put back on with a grease seal, just over hand tight, so it's easier to get off next time. I had to use the big grips on it because them seals do stick. But let's get it run up and see what the level's like. Oil level's up to the correct level, so now the last job on the Focus is to fit this clip. Like I mentioned earlier, well you saw earlier as well, I snapped it on the vent duct. I didn't want to cable tie it up or anything, I'd rather just leave it and get a proper clip from forward. This car definitely deserves it, so I'm going to get that put on now. The clip's all been put back in, clip the internal light back in and put everything back in place now, all the wires are routed correctly. Job done. The Focus is now all complete, the service is done and that clip's done, that ain't even rubbing off. I'll use some brake spray. Just need to clean off now and get the pictures done like I just said, get this car advertised, get it sold and move on to the next one. Thanks for watching this update video. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Any comments, put them in the comment section below, and as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.